Right guys, I've heard a lot of arguments with people that say they're not racist and people must work hard to earn a living and they mustn't breed like rabbits and shit like that. Okay, what you see in front of you is a banana plantation because these farmers, informal farmers, don't have land. So they come and they find the flood zones and they plant bananas. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What a pretty sunrise here at Balon Bay. All the boats arriving and there's going to be a lot of them. I thought it's going to be thunder and lightning. I overslept completely. I don't even want to look at myself this morning in the mirror. I didn't even get a chance to pull a brush through my hair. Well, what we have here is the Uncapped River flooding the beach at St. Lucia estuary, and in the hour and a half that we passed here to go to Mapelan to launch the boats, it grew about 50 meters to the east. It's incredible.
The blokes will say, but why don't you just harvest the cane? Well, how are you going to harvest it? Because you can't get there. Now, this has got me so confused. So confused. This is a plant field.
Now I've been listening for many years to both sides of the arguments. And while the water doesn't want to drain on this side, the farmers from the other side has been flooded. And they were accused that they're not doing enough to clear the drainage channels. As we can see, the drainage channels was cleared. But it doesn't help. The back pressure that needs to open naturally is just too fucking much. But we've got other damage coming. Wait, let me show you. This brings us to this point in the road. What is going to happen with our infrastructure? We're intelligent enough to build tar roads, but we're not intelligent enough to pop this at the right time so that we don't damage our... I wasn't planned for the back flooding video today, but yeah. Right guys, as you know me by now, I deliver. I bring you to the source of the story. And the source of the story, here's the Uncapped River and flood. Yes, it looks bad. This is supposed to be way down there, 7 meters down. It's flooding at 6.3 meters at the moment. Rushing all this fucking sludge, mud, suffocating mud towards the estuarine system.
Just don't go there. This is the drain.
Okay, it's deep suddenly.
They'll disappear. It must be about 4 meters, about 3 meters deep. But this field here, it was planted in December, and that's dead. That's just one of the examples. And then if you look into this cane here, you'll see what I'm talking about, where you don't see that the water's actually in there. You can't see it unless you do know. And also what's happened to the blockages, this water is swirling. You'll see here, it's going that way. But when you go further down, one of the other drains is going this way. So it's just going round and round in circles.
Is this the channels that the dredge had opened up or not yet?
Yes, this is one that was cleaned out, yeah. So they're working, I mean, there's the proof. It's pulling like crazy. But we've got nowhere to go, so it's just going to the lower end. Or it's coming back onto another part of the farm. And you can see this water's pushing from that side. You see how I say it's swirling. You see that sugarcane there, it's coming up. It's doing that. and then it's going back out here. And then it goes to the doozy and it comes back up the other side. And so it just goes. In the meantime, it's just getting higher and higher.
This is the famous Doozy River that was fucking invading us that I'm talking about. The Doozy River behind Mapelandine. Now this is it. And it's in flood. How many times a year is this in flood?
Only when Mfolozi goes over 5.6 meters, I think it is. Then it comes this way.
Then it comes this way.
Yeah.
Why is it called the Doozy?
I'm not sure, Petrus.
Not sure.
I'm not sure. It's always been known as Doozy. It's
now that water at the end of the road, that is a sugarcane farm that is now.
I'll call in 20 minutes, half an hour. Okay. All right. Thanks, my friend. Bye. Cut some of the cane where you've got the bigger to use for seed. Now this cane here in front of us here is also underwater, okay, but you can't see the water because the cane's big. Another blokes will say, but why don't you just harvest the cane? Well, how are you going to harvest it? Because you can't get there. Now, this has got me so confused. So confused. This is a plant field. We've got about 7 days. If the water goes off, it will survive. But this side, once it goes underwater.
Still traveling in the same direction. Now this water is going in the opposite direction as the previous drain. Previous drain was going south. Are we facing north or east now?
It was going east. This one's going west.
Okay, the previous drain the water was going east. This drain the water is going west. So it's just fucking swirling around on the farmers' farms. It's not settling the mud anyway. It probably will, but the amount of mud that still goes into the estuary and the farmers are suffering is ridiculous. Pump everything into the ocean like the lady decided in 1952 to do it. We must trust science, but we can't trust science from 1952. Those people didn't know what they were doing. It's the start of Sekulu.
Yeah.
The banana tree on its way to St. Lucia. I'll film it this afternoon for you guys at Sunset GT. This is the current water levels here next to the R618. Our only entrance in and out of St. Lucia. This is basically at road level. Why does it concern me? Ooh, pretty insect. Look at that. It concerns me because this is the only road into and out of St. Lucia. And we are busy saturating the base of the road for the so manyth time, not draining the water away from the base of the road. And we call ourselves an intelligent species because we've got the opposable thumb. Levels is really high. You can see there at the bird's nests. For the back flooding video today, but yeah, it's back flooding. That's way beyond the forging depth of a small little 1300 car. It's ridiculous for the authorities to force us to come through our road this way out. They must give us a warning that we can't get out of here. That water is too deep for a small car. Look at how this water level rised here in the last 24 hours. Wow! So how much back pressure do we need to open the estuary mouth, guys? Or do we do it surgically like a boil that is overripe? What is the answer here? Flood the farmers, let the crops get damaged? Because there was a parliamentary promise from Mr. Barbara Greasy with a management plan that's signed off on all the parties that they can pop the boil. And then all of a sudden, when DA took control, they decided, nope, scientists, write it off the table. We're not going to do that. We're not going to spend the money. These roads, scientists was involved and environmental impact assessments was done and signed off on. And now, this is the amount of back pressure that still doesn't push up, open the estuary mouth. This is the amount of water we've got. And it's still not enough to open the estuary mouth. So all I want to know from science is, when do you guys accept responsibility for things that you sign off on? Because I know this was signed off because there was an active, back then in 2002 and 2001, there was an active management plan in place to open and close the estuary mouth as needed for water level control. So what the fuck now? What are you guys going to do now? We had 5 parliamentary advisory committees here. We had the action management plan in place. We had it signed off in Parliament. And then you come and you write it off the table. What the fuck now? Hey? What the fuck now? Farmers has got 10 days to drain the water away from the sugar cane to save the crop. 10 days. They spent the money to clear the drainage ditches. They spent the money. But yeah, scientists decided that the hell with them. The action management plan, no, doesn't comply to what they consider the law. Funus is coming in for docking. I don't know how, because the current is just going to push him right into that floating jetty. I call it a floating jetty because the jetty is not secure anymore. Look how Sean must negotiate. This is ridiculous. Why is the mouth not open? We've got disposable thumbs, guys. We can think about these things.
Don't go in the street, there's too much.
Try and close the video now. I think I did already, but anyway, we've got a pretty sunset. See you guys back tomorrow on the beach. Enjoy the day.